Good morning, everyone. Lorraine here from Lo's Life and Lessons. And yes, sometimes people call me Lo, or they address me as Lo. For some reason, that's been going on since I was a teenager. Welcome to my channel. And if you're new, I'm very happy to meet you, and I hope you will consider subscribing. When you subscribe, if you click on the little bell at the right of the subscribe button, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, which is about twice a week. Today, we're going to talk about family and friends, specifically some of my family and friends, and we're going to do a get ready with me. So I'm going to get ready for the day, and if you wish to join me doing that, that's great. If not, I welcome you to just come along with us. We're going to start out with my scent of the day, which is Flower by Kenzo. Look at that bottle. Pretty amazing. It's a beautiful bottle. And I really enjoy this fragrance. It's very sweet, and it has a lot of violet in it. It was released in the year 2000. It is an amber, powdery floral, and it has notes of Bulgarian rose, black currant, mandarin orange, violet, vanilla, white musk, and a touch of incense. It's a very feminine fragrance, quite sweet and soft, and it's my SOTD. I've prepped my skin by cleansing with a gentle gel cleanser, and then I put on my vitamin C serum, a touch of moisturizing cream, and of course, sunscreen. And when I do that, I include my whole face and my chest. And I also put a bit of eye cream around my eyes. I won't say too much about the products I'm using today, but I will list and link them for you below. I always start with a little bit of eyeshadow primer. And this one is by Annabelle. It's a very nice little one that I'm enjoying. Today, I'm going to talk about family and friends. And this is a very special week, actually, because my daughter, who is 44 years old, is going to be graduating from high school. And so you would say, well, why is she just graduating from high school now? But of course, there is a story behind that. Now, I do want to tell you about my daughter, but obviously her story is hers to tell. So it's a very complex story. A lot of it has to do with many crises, many illnesses, injuries, and she's had a very difficult life. And unfortunately, I was not able to protect her, which breaks my heart to this day. I have two sons as well, and my daughter is in the middle. And from the time she was 3 years old until she was about 22, she was very badly abused in every way by people who should have had her best interests at heart and didn't. And I didn't know about this, and therefore I was not able to protect her. During this time, she did attend school on and off, and she got most of her high school credits. But there was long periods of time when she was not able to attend school, and many of those times it was because she had injuries, because she had a history of self-injury. In 1999, when she was about 22 years old, she suffered a very serious injury to her knee, which resulted in major reconstructive surgery. And then after that, for many years, she had recurrent infections. And some of these infections were actually sepsis, and she nearly died many times. So she has had so many challenges. Now, in the last about 7 years, 5 or 7 years, her health has been relatively stable. But I should mention also that along the line there, she did receive a back injury. So the result of all this is that she is confined to a wheelchair. Now, she's able to transfer enough so that she can live independently. As I said, it's not for me to tell my daughter's story. That's for her to do. So I'm going to just share a bit with you what it was like as a mother to go through all that. And I can tell you it has been very, very difficult. I mean, there was a period of about probably, I would say, 10 years where I just did not know if she was going to be alive or dead day to day. It was really that seriously. How did I get through it? You know, I got through it with the support of many friends. I got through it with prayer. I got through it by putting her in the hands of God, knowing that I was so powerless to do anything to help her. She had wonderful professionals looking after her, mental health professionals as well. And by the grace of God, she has really done very well for herself and come out of this dark place. And as a result, a couple of years ago, she started talking seriously about going back to the adult high school in my community here, and about finishing her high school education, and not yet really having a goal about what to do after that. She just was thinking, well, I'll just get my high school education and then take it from there if she wanted to go further and pursue a career which would be in keeping with her physical limitations because she is in a wheelchair. So even during COVID, she registered. She did all that paperwork and all that bureaucratic stuff that is necessary, and she did that all herself. She inquired, she registered, and so for 2 years, she's been taking course at the adult high school. And this week is graduation week, and the ceremony is in a few days. Now, yesterday, my wonderful family got together and we had a big celebration for her. And that was just wonderful. She really enjoyed herself. She received gifts, cards of congratulation, just a lot of support and affirmation for what she's achieved. Not only that, the marks that she got in her courses were outstanding. She got all 80s and 90s. So she's a very clever girl, and I am so very proud of her that she's come out of this dark place. She's got her place in the world. She is planning to attend college in the fall, and I couldn't be more proud of her. We had a wonderful party yesterday. Unfortunately, it rained part of the day, so we had to stay indoors, but that's okay. We had a good time celebrating her achievement. By the way, this is absolutely the best gel eyeliner I have ever encountered. I don't know if I would ever... this is my real go-to. If I really want something to work, and I want it to be fast and efficient, this is the one I use. I love it, by Maybelline. And I will link it down below for you. It comes in different colors, of course. So now I want to tell you a little bit about some of my friends. There are 3 other women that I hang around with. And one of my friends calls us the Golden Girls. I prefer to identify with the foursome from the Sex and the City. But anyways, we met about 7 years ago. And we met through a meetup group. I was looking for a group of people who would get together and sing. Now, I don't play an instrument, but I do sing. So I was looking for a group that had musicians and singers and would get together once a week or once every 2 weeks to have a jam session. And I found a few such groups, and that is where I met these 3 other women. So for 7 years, we have known each other. And of course, meeting regularly like that, we got to know each other. And then we started to do things together outside of the jam sessions. And one thing we did last week is we had a swap. We had talked about swapping our jewelry. And then it turned into clothing and other items as well. So in the last couple of years, we had established a games night, which we couldn't do, of course, during COVID for a few years, but we had a games night combined with this swap. Well, it was so much fun. I got about 5 tops from one of my friends that don't fit her, and they are just perfect. And so anyway, it was really fun to look at each other's stuff and just exchange. By the way, I really like this eyeshadow palette. It's by Essence. This one is Mauve Shades, and they have other colors as well. It has 6 colors, 3 matte and 3 shimmer. And it's just a lovely little palette. So I'd like to experiment with some of the other colors. But of course, I don't really need another eyeshadow palette. And by the way, this is one of my very favorite primers from e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit of that on now. Just rub it in. The foundation that I'm using today is from Pacifica. It's just a beautiful foundation. Here it is. It is oil-free, satin finish, and it's in color Neutral Fair. And I really enjoy this foundation. It takes very little. The color is pretty good for me. I'm going to blend it in with my fingers a little bit first. Ooh, that looks like too much. See, it really spreads easily. So I don't need to, no. So you don't need very much. My goodness gracious. I have to. And I'm going to use my AOA Beauty Blender. There's no better on the market. I'm convinced. It's soft and it just pushes that foundation right into the skin. It just becomes the skin, which is really the way I don't like to see a foundation sitting on top of the skin. I like it to become part of my skin. It looks so natural that way. So here we are, yes. So I was talking about my friends. We just have a wonderful time together. We went out for lunch last week to celebrate one of the ladies' birthdays. And we are going to a strawberry social at the end of June on a Sunday afternoon. So we do all kinds of fun things together. Now, I have also a couple of friends from high school because this city where I live is where I went to high school. And I still keep in touch with a couple of high school friends, one in particular. And I also have some friends from nursing school. And we get together a couple of times a year. And again, one in particular I keep more in touch with. So I feel that I am really blessed with friends. I like to use a blender and a brush for my foundation because I really want it to blend in there. I don't want to see any lines or any settling into the pores or any fine lines. So I just quickly go over it with a brush after using the blender. And then I will put on a touch of powder. Finally, since starting my YouTube channel, I've made some virtual friends, which has been just marvelous. And I just want to thank Natalie, the beauty diva from Montreal, for mentioning my channel on her video on the weekend, because some of you came over from that channel and came to meet me and sent me a message and subscribed. And it was just thrilling. It was just wonderful. And I thank Natalie so much for her generosity in doing that. I mean, Natalie's been on YouTube for years and she has many thousands of subscribers. So I'm absolutely honored that she would choose to mention me on her video. Thank you again, Natalie. I'm using IT Cosmetics Ombre Radiance Je ne sais quoi blush. This is a beautiful blush. I've had this several times over the years. It has a very slight sheen, enough that I would not need highlighter. So I'm going to put a touch of that on. And I have met other friends as well on YouTube. You know, I don't know. I'm kind of in terms of the goal of my YouTube channel, I'm really not one to go out and spend a lot of money and put a lot of effort into buying many, many products to review. I don't consider myself a makeup reviewer. I just like to share my experience with certain products, but I want to use everything up. I don't want to just keep accumulating so many items. As it is now, I have so much, and I've pretty much told myself I'm not going to buy any more makeup until next year because I want to use everything up. But I do enjoy talking about lifestyle, talking about aging and the challenges that we face as we age. That's kind of more my jam. I do enjoy talking about skincare as well. I think skincare is really important, and taking care of our health. I'm going to do my brows off camera. This mascara by L'Oreal, Volumissime Royale, is pretty nice, actually. I've been using it for a while. So my YouTube channel is just proving to be a whole lot of fun. I just really enjoy trying to come up with topics to talk about, and I do appreciate any suggestions that you have of things that you want me to talk about, any questions that you have for me about what it's like to be 75 years old in this world today. I just would really welcome, because that seems to be the main challenge, is to come up with something to talk about all the time, because I just don't have that much to say about makeup. I do admire very much the women who research all these products and really are able to describe their benefits in detail, but that's not what I'm all about. I also don't get into the editing too much. I'm not that technically savvy, but and I don't have the skill, or quite frankly the patience, to get into all these fancy editing programs. But again, you know, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not looking to be a YouTube star. I'm certainly not looking to have affiliate links or anything like that, or make any money at this. This is just strictly for fun. It's just to connect with you. That's all I'm about. I just want to make a connection and let you know that you're not alone, that we are struggling, that many of us do struggle. Most, if not all of us, have had really major and significant challenges in our lives, whether it's with a family member like I did with my daughter, or any number of things. So we have a whole lot of experience to share with each other. And that's what I want to connect with, is each other's experience. So please leave a comment. How did you cope with some of the huge challenges in your life? This lipstick by Milani, first of all, the packaging is just beautiful. And the color is called Blushing Beauty. Now, I've almost made a decision to not use lip liners, because I find that they are never the same color as the lipstick, and I don't like to be able to see a different color outlining my lips than the lipstick. So I'm using a lip brush. I will do my lips and do my hair, and I will be back in a moment. I'm all ready for the day now. Today I'm pretty much staying home. I'll go for a walk. It's a beautiful day here, and do some chores. But this week is a busy week. Tomorrow night I'm going to my grandson's school. He's in the school band. He plays the drums, and they're having a concert. So I'm going to that, which I look forward to. And then, of course, my daughter's graduation ceremony at the adult high school here. So thank you again for joining me. I am very proud of my daughter. It's just a miracle what she has gone through. She's had a lot of help. And you know, one thing that I learned throughout it all is that I am not her therapist. I'm her mother. I love her. I care for her so much, but I am not her therapist. I cannot cure her. I can't fix her. I don't have the skill. It's just the way it is. And it's a hard thing to accept. But if you've gone through something similar like that, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear. And so would the other people who are watching this video. Thank you again for joining me. I love my family and friends, and I'm sure you do too. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.